Oh my God, we're already live. Let me share first the link, okay? Okay, where is that link? Okay, here we are. Okay, all right. Hello, good afternoon. Kumusta po kayo? This is Norman, your blogger at normannorman.com. And this is the ninth episode of Pageantry Norms. My God, ninth episode na. Next week, season finale na. And then next month, season 2 premiere na. Time really flies so fast. But for this afternoon, the title of our episode is From Pageantry to Showbiz. Alam po natin that pageantry has always been a very solid platform to move into the world of show business. There are those who did the reverse from showbiz to pageantry pero hindi sila ganun kadami. Mas marami yung mga who entered the yung scene as pageant performers or winners first before they moved on to showbiz. Uh, Pinakapruweba na nga yan would be our four Miss Universe winners who did movies right after their wins. Si Gloria Diaz, she did that very controversial movie, Ang Pinakamagandang Hayop sa Balat ng Lupa. Si Miss Universe 73, Margie Moran, she did a movie with Cocoy Laurel titled Oh Margie Oh. And si Pia naman kasi, Pia actually was already part of showbiz before she went to showbiz. Tapos bumalik siya doon. And Catriona naman, after winning Miss Universe, now she's part of showbiz, the showbiz industry as well. Now, this afternoon, we're supposed to have five guests, but one of them, si Maxine, is an emergency right now in Zambales. So she will try to make habol later. But let me introduce to you our four guests this afternoon who are already in the studio. And interestingly, all of them have names that start with the letter A. So up four A's sila talaga this afternoon. Let me start with the girl from Laguna who did the country proud when as Miss Universe Philippines 2013, she went on to represent our country in Miss Universe in Moscow, Russia, and she finished third runner-up to Gabriela Isler. Um, After that, she entered showbiz. Um, I remember she was part of a show with Jimmy Seven, and then she went on to be one of the co-hosts of Umagang Kay Ganda on ABS-CBN. Tapos, I also saw her appear in a teleserye, The Killer Bride. Kaya nga, I was joking her earlier that I will call her Tatiana because that's the name of her character in the teleserye. But friends, please help me welcome our Miss Universe Philippines 2013 and Miss Universe 2013 third runner-up, Ara Arida. Hello, Ara. How are
Hi,
you?
Norms. Good afternoon at hello
Hello.
sa lahat ng viewers natin.
Yeah, Ara,
Nice
kumusta
to see
na?
you.
Kumusta ka during this very long lockdown? Anong mga pinagkakaabalahan mo?
Well, buti na lang, ito yung time ko para mag-spend ng more time na magstay sa Laguna. So, ayun, most of the time, andun lang ako dito. Kasama yung family ko and relatives, kasama yung aso. At ayan, narinig nyo, pero hindi ko aso na. So, yun. And ayun, mag-gardening, ang daming mga bagong hobbies na parang na-discover ko during that
Would you
quarantine.
say, nagluluto ka na ba talaga regularly, Ara? So, kumbaga sanay ka na talaga ng pagluluto.
Not regularly, Tito Norm, kasi naman pag nasa Manila, mag-isa lang ako. So, alam mo yun? Parang nakaka-inspire kung kakain o iluluto mo. But then now, well, I'm trying. try to cook, pero hindi on a
Oo.
regular basis. Pag may
Alam
mga
mo,
okasyon.
yeah. Naalala ko pa talaga, Ara, when we were doing UKG before, pa nag-guest ako, tapos ang aga-aga nyo talagang gumising.
Oo.
Nakakaloka yung oras ng gising nyo doon. Na pagdating ko dun sa set, kayo nakabihis na, naka-makeup na.
Ayos na.
Samantalang ako, may makeupan pa lang, pero kayo, ano na, ayos na talaga. Um,
Nakamiss yun.
Ano mo nga, pakikwento mo sa amin, Ara, paano mo na i-adjust yung sarili? Paano mo na-adjust yung sarili mo sa ganong lifestyle na super aga kang matulog, super aga kang gumising, tapos talagang Monday to Friday, gano'n na ginagawa mo?
Actually, Tito, I had a hard time adjusting kasi nocturnal naman, nocturnal ako before ako mag-UKG, mag-start nun. So, actually, mga isang linggo ata or naalala ko, first 3 days, hindi ako nakakatulog. Yung parang tinry kong matulog ng maaga, like, okay, maaga na yung 10, pero gising na gising pa rin ako hanggang mag-a-alarm na ako ng 3, 3:30, ganyan. Feeling ko hindi kumpleto yung tulog, sobrang mababaw. Yung parang feeling mo nakatulog ka pero hindi talaga, nakahiga ka lang. So for 1 week, ganun, Tito Norm, yung ano ko, yung naging, kasi yung body clock ko talaga hindi morning person. Tapos I remember pa, siguro may mga 2 episodes sa show na dahil nga hindi ako sanay ng ganong oras, tapos walang tulog, sobrang pula ng isa kong mata. Parang na-stress ata kasi hindi nakakatulog. As in, sobrang pula niya. Parang, hindi ko alam kung anong tawag doon sa, pero effect yun ng stress at saka walang tulog. So, yung for the whole week, parang ganun, Tito. Pero, yun, buti na lang naka-adjust din na, as in, 3, 3:30, nag-alarm na ako. Nakakatulog kahit papano. So, nag-start ako mga 2 oras na tulog, 3 hours, hanggang, well, kasi nagkataon din last year, so medyo naging busy. So, parang mga 4 to 5 hours na yung mahabang tulog ko nung time na yun.
Pero dumating ka dun sa point in time na nag-host ka ng UKG, tapos nakatanggap ka pa ng offer to appear sa Killer Bride nga sa teleserye. So napagsabay mo somehow yun. Ano yun? Paano nangyari nung sarili katawan mo sa halos talagang wala ng tulog?
Oh, Tito, masasabi ko, parang whole year, sabi ko nga, minsan, nag-story pa nga ako eh. Kasi may times parang more than 24 hours akong gising. As in, kasi normally, di ba, parang gigising ako ng 3, 3:30. Tapos after ng UKG, diretso akong taping. Minsan yung taping namin, yung location sa Batangas. So, tatakbo talaga ako ng Batangas after the taping. Tapos, well, the production, sobrang, ang babait naman nila, naintindihan nila yung schedule ko. Tapos dito matatapos yung taping mga 2, ganyan. So tatakbo ko, diretso na studio. Ganon, naging ganon yung schedule.
Nakakaloka!
Pero ay, so ano naman,
Oo,
super grateful. Parang, sabi ko nga, parang yung nangyari this year ngayon, na parang sabi ko, kotang-kota na ako sa tulog ngayon. Kasi last year, ayun yung kulang ako sa buhay. Tapos ngayon, parang, okay, ina-enjoy ko yung mga time na to, na nakapahinga ka, naka-spend ka ng family, kasi last year, sobrang naging busy din.
Pero na-experience mo na talaga na katatapos mo lang mag-taping for the Killer Bride, tapos dumiretso ka na agad sa UKG after that. Na-experience mo na yon?
Tito, ilang beses. Ilang beses akong ganun. Na
Nakakaloka.
sa isang linggo, 2 beses sa isang linggo. Dire-diretso yung, kasi from taping straight sa studio, straight to taping. Ayun. Masaya naman, nakakamiss.
Pero ano, oo, pero ano okay, yung pag-host kasi ng UKG, it's not really too difficult the moment na nakasanayan mo na. Pero yung pag-arte sa teleserye, ano yung na-discover mo about yourself nung lumalabas ka na talaga sa tele?
Sa teleserye, Tito, well, siguro, baka, kasi hindi Killer Bride yung una kong series. nag-guest din ako sa Playhouse. So I can really siguro I can really feel yung kung ano yung pinagkaiba ko nung ako mismo nung nasa Playhouse sa Killer Bride. Not just the role, kundi yung feeling na umaarte ka na talaga. Kasi siguro with hosting, parang hindi ko masabing madaling adjustment, pero parang mas naging komportable agad ako compare doon sa acting dito kasi ang dami ko pinagdaanan actually. Nag-workshop talaga ako doon, tapos kailangan kong aralin yung role, na parang kahit nag-workshop ako, yung sa unang serye ko ng Playhouse, sobrang awkward ko talaga dito. As in, parang ako, hindi, parang kahit ako sa sarili ko, alam ko na parang, shucks, hindi ito yun eh, may pwede pang mangyari, may parang, kailangan ko pa ng more practice, ganyan. Tapos, thankfully, nabigyan ako ng chance for another series. So, mafe-feel ko na yung sarili ko kung, naka-adjust na ba ako sa, excuse me, sa awkward stage, ng pag-arte. Alam mo yun, nafe-feel mo yun eh. Or, kilala mo na yung role mo, kaya mo na mag-adjust, kaya mo na mag-shift from Ara to biglang your character role. So, yung with the Killer Bride, dun ko na-enjoy talaga dito na lalo na pag yung mga eksena, nakukuha ko. Tapos parang masaya ako dun sa result. Iba rin yung fulfillment na nabibigay niya. Kaso lang nga, parang for me, unlike dun sa mga actors na matagal na sa industry, ako kasi parang it takes time before, para pag sasala ako sa eksena, kailangan ko talagang i-motivate yung sarili ko. Yung may ganon, kailangan ko nung time for that. So sana hopefully on my next series kung meron, maka-adjust agad ako sa mga emotions or gano'n.
Yes, and people are hoping that they will see you again soon. Yeah. Ara, let me introduce the other guests first.
Okay.
Bago natin ituloy yung ating usapan mamaya. To our viewers, if you have any questions for any of our four guests, just reply in the comment section, and we will direct your question to the specific person you want to ask them. Our second guest for this afternoon, inuuna ko lang po yung mga girls, mga ladies muna. She was one of the Mutianang Pilipinas title holders during the golden year of that pageant. And she was Mutianang Pilipinas Tourism International. She went on to represent our country in Malaysia, and then she was given the title Dream Girl of the Year, which automatically made her part of the top 5. And then when she returned to the Philippines, she actually even before she did pageantry, parang nag-training, nag-workshops na siya in acting with Star Magic. So she became a Star Magic talent, and then she became a VJ for the Mix channel, music VJ, and she started appearing in some of the teleseries and weekly programs of ABS-CBN. And right now, I think kailangan abangan niyo siya dahil bubulaga siya uli sa small screen on the Kapamilya channel or Kapamilya Online Live, because she is part of the newly premiered teleserye Ang Sayo Ay Akin, which stars Isa Calzado and Joey Santa Maria and Sam Milby. Friends, let's welcome on Pageantry Norms, Julianne Aya Fernandez.
Hello, mabuhay sa inyong
Please
lahat.
greet our viewers first.
Hello, mabuhay sa inyong lahat. I'm Aya. And
Aya.
hello, Tito Norms. How are you?
Eto, hindi ko pa rin ma-internalize yung fact na magiging kontrabida ka na sa isang teleserye.
To be fair,
Hanggang dun lang ang pwede kong sabihin.
Oo, guys. Since
Pero
ang
hanggang dun
saya
lang
ay
sabihin ko,
akin.
kontrabida ka.
Oo, hanggang doon na lang.
Ayoko
Or
nang ikwento
pwede
natin
bang...
yung...
Or pwede bang ako ba yung mga
Basta
agaw?
challenging ang role mo.
Pero baka kasi
Ay,
ako rin yung aagawan. Baka kasi ako yung aagawan sa Ang Sayo Ay Akin, Tito mo, Norm. So, let's see. Kung baka naman kasi hindi talaga ako
Nakakaloka.
kontrabida. Baka akala nyo lang, pero hindi talaga. So, let's see.
Nakakaloka ka talagang babae ka. Meron pa biglang ikaw pala ang inagawan bigla, no?
Mm-mm.
Nakakaloka lang.
May
Okay.
ganon.
Okay. Yeah. Before we talk about yung showbiz mo, Aya, let's go back a little during the time that you were mutya ng Pilipinas Tourism International. Tapos, nag-Miss Tourism International ka and you became Dream Girl of the Year International. I want to ask this question for the longest time sa'yo. You joined Mutya ng Pilipinas Gold. A year
Uh-huh.
na talagang sobrang tindi ng competition.
Yeah.
Limampu kayong mga candidates that year. So, to get one of the four titles, parang kailangan may element of luck na kasama na para talagang ma-secure mo yung corona, hindi ba?
Yeah.
Can you walk us through nung time na yon na you were part of the biggest batch of Mutya, tapos napaka-competitive pa. Anong tumatakbo sa mind mo at that time?
During that time, sobrang saya nung time na yon. That was the year, the golden year, 50 candidates yung naglaban-laban. But I always tell myself, never let the pressure get in me. Kasi lalo na ate ko nga, she was Binibining Pilipinas International and she was also Mutya. So, ang common question sa akin, if I were pressured, thank God, close kami ni ate. Kaya parang mas inspired and motivated ako than pressured. And also, in terms of the competition, I always tell myself, you can never be 100% better in the competition, but you can be 1% better in 100 ways. So, lalo na ngayon, the standard of beauty pageant is really iba na. Hindi na lang siya beauty and brains. So, there comes your
Totoo.
lifestyle, what you're doing, what you do, your profession, also your personal purpose. So how would you message that to the audience as well as to the judges? Ganon, parang na-feel ko na i-spotlight mo lang talaga yung kwento ng buhay mo in a very authentic way. Kasi yun yung parang para sa akin number one, wag kang magmamaskara ng ibang persona para lang ma-please yung audience. Otherwise, kapag naman fake, nahahalata nyo naman yun, di ba? So, yun. Sobrang sayo nun, Tito Norms, kasi kahit local pageant, it felt like international pageant kasi meron kaming candidates representing the Filipino community from overseas, sa US, sa
Totoo
London,
yan.
sa Germany, Australia, so on and so forth. So kaya nung nag-international pageant na ako, hindi na ako nag-adjust super kasi hindi ko na kailangan mag-adjust ng malala kasi nga nung local pageant pa lang, ang dami ng foreigner kahit na Filipino halfy. So sobrang saya. And our batch was really solid. Talagang friendly
Oo.
competition. Walang, siguro sa iba, I don't know. Pero I felt na sa akin, walang plastikan, it felt solid na relationship. Even until now, nag-uusap pa rin kami.
Yeah.
So, yun.
Oh, ako curious ako, Aya, because I've always observed every year, and yung contest mo kasi sa Miss Tourism International,
Mhm.
may specific peg palagi ng ipinapadala doon na candidate ng Pilipinas. So,
Mm-mm.
every year, kapag ino-observe ko, nafe-feel na namin talaga as pageant bloggers or pageant media, kung sino among the candidates yung pumapasok dun sa peg ng Miss Tourism International. And that's the reason why during yung time mo, alam namin that you have one of the strongest chances to get yung Miss Tourism International kasi peg na peg mo talaga eh. Kumbaga parang, kasi before you, si Johnny.
Johnny. Ate
O,
Johnny.
oo. So, kumbaga, kuha namin yung kung ano yung hinahanap. Tsaka, mahal na mahal tayo. Ang Pilipinas, mahal na mahal na Miss Tourism International.
True.
So,
True, yeah.
nung lumalaban ka ba sa Malaysia, Aya, na-feel mo ba yon?
Na yung support, sobra. When I went to
Hmm.
Malaysia, kahit yung mga mismong Malaysians, sinasabi nila, mabuhay, Philippines. And
Yes.
then, naging ka-close ko pa kasi si Miss Malaysia, si Kayin. So, parang it felt home, to be honest. And then, nakakataba ng puso kapag po merong mga OFW. And then, kasi bawal po kami magpa-picture. Sila rin.
Yes.
Pero parang secretly nagpapa-picture ako kasi parang, alam mo yun, may naiiyak pa kasi parang, sige na, isang picture lang, feeling ko nasa Pilipinas na ako. Ganon. So,
Oo.
pag gano'n sobrang nakaka-touch sobra. 'Yun gano'n.
Yes.
Maski po dun sa
Kasi,
hotel kung saan kami
oo.
nag-stay, ang daming Pinoy na staff. So, amazing, amazing.
Kasi feeling ko talaga, even the owner of Miss Tourism International, si Danny, oy, parang masaya siya pag nagpo-perform ng magandang Pilipinas, and hindi mahirap sa kanya na sanay na siya na Pilipina ang nananalo palagi halos sa pageant, kasi nga kasundong-kasundo niya, hindi ba? No? Kaya lang,
Yeah.
yung time na yon, parang you were looking at mag-back to back, alam mo naman, hindi man lagi madali mag-back to back, hindi ba? Pero nung gabi ba na you made it to the top 5, ano ba, happy ka na ba no na at least, ayan, na-sustain mo yung top 5 finish ng
Yeah,
Pilipinas?
for me, yung pinaka hindi ko makakalimutan, yung support talaga po ng pageant community. I will never forget. Like, after that night, sobrang flooded yung messages. Maski sa email, merong nag-email. Nakakataba ng puso yung they support, yung sumubaybay from the start, from Mutya until the end. And then yung iba naman, when I started sa Miss Tourism, sobrang nakakataba. Meron pang isang beses kasi Tito Norm, I always wear local weaves. And then meron naman doon, nag-message siya sa akin. She's from Kalinga. And then she said, thank you for wearing the Kalinga weave on the international stage. Parang, I don't know, it feels priceless for me. Kahit na pag-uwi ko ng
It does.
Pilipinas, um, continuous pa rin yung support. Kahit nung nag-mix na ako and hanggang ngayon na entering a new teleserye, nakakataba ng puso na merong magme-message na, hi, ako yung ever since Mutyan, supporting you. Sobrang, ano yun kahit na pagod ka na, kahit na merong mga days na hindi mo naman maiwasan, yung pagod ka, yung o kaya pasuko na, di ba? Dahil sa kanila, hindi ka titigil. And isa pa, hindi lang sila fan dahil let's say nagagandahan or alam mo yon, hindi lang sa itsura, kundi alam nila yung personality mo. Parang, wow! Galing. Yon,
Yes.
ganon. Sobrang nakakilig.
Nakakatuwa, ano? Yes. Mamaya babalikan na naman natin ang yung roles ang sayo'y akin para ma-promote din natin. At pinapanood ko siya gabi-gabi din. Yeah.
Intense,
Introduce
no?
muna natin ang dalawang guys. Yes. Napaka-intense. Feeling ko nga it's mag-Jody Santa Maria ka rin dyan. Yeah. Let's introduce first the two other guests. Tapos balikan kita later para sa group discussion natin.
Thank
If
you,
you
Tito
have questions
Norm.
for our guests, please just type it in the comment section. Our third guest this afternoon, he's actually Mr. Grand Philippines, one of the title holders of Mr. Grand Philippines back in 2018. He represented our country in Mr. Tourism Ambassador World in Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia, and he also won as Mr. Tourism Ambassador World that year. And then after his reign, or actually just shortly before he turned over his title to the next winner nationally, he got to be signed up by GMA Artist Center as one of their Kapuso talents na i-develop for future projects. So he already appeared in some of the shows of GMA before the lockdown due to this pandemic. Pero makikita niyo pa rin siya in mga online shows of GMA na kasama ibang mga talents of the GMA Artist Center. So, friends, let us welcome the handsome, Well, before you knew him as Scarecrows, but now his screen name, we call him Alec Calderon. Hello, Alec. Hi, Alec. How are you, Alec? Nakamute ka, Alec. Alec, yung audio mo, Alec. Hindi kita naririnig, Alec. Baka naman nakasara yung audio mo. Oh, yung audio mo, Alec, we cannot. We can't hear you, Alec. Yung kagwapuhan lang ng mukha mo ang akin napapagmasdan right now. Oo. I think your audio, you need to unmute. Baka naka-unmute ka dyan sa baba. If you look dyan sa screen, sa baba, baka naka-unmute ka. So, you touch that button para mag-unmute ka. Oo. Oh, naka-unmute na ba siya? Ay, nakakaloka. Direct Gerard, baka naka-unmute pa si Alec. Oh, balikan natin si Alec kapag na-fix na yung technical sa audio niya. Tapos, introduce ko muna ngayon yung ating pang-apat na guest, yung pang-apat na A. Itong pang-apat na to, itong malapit sa akin ever since he went to Manila for pageants. He was part of the now defunct Gentlemen of the Philippines 2017, and that year he was given the title of Mr. Teen International. Kaya lang, somehow hindi na siya nakapag-represent sa Philippines in that competition due to several reasons beyond the control of the organization. So eventually, he tried his luck auditioning for different roles sa showbiz, pumasok sa ABS-CBN. Pero ang pinakamatagal niyang pag-audition talaga was for Pinoy Big Brother. Talagang matagalan yon. His patience was tested. Tapos, nakita ko na bigla meron na siyang commercial for Coffee Mate na talagang it really boomed. Talagang doon naging very familiar face siya. Kasama pa niya si Miss Earth, Jamie Herrell, in that commercial. And then, napasok na siya sa bahay ni Kuya. Tapos, he finished in the top of that batch. Tapos, nakita ko na naman siya uli in an online, a web commercial for Jollibee. Tapos, naging part pa siya ng Tabing Ilog, the musical. So, ngayon, meron siyang project na alam ko with the Kapamilya channel na makakasama niya si Ivana Alawi, yung Ang Lihim ni Ligaya. Pero, introduce muna natin sa inyo, well, we call him, the complete name niya is Prince Argel Saycon. Pero, in showbiz, he's known now as Argel Saycon. Hello, Argel. Kasama ka na ba namin ngayon? Ay, si Alec. Alec, may audio ka na ba, Alec?
Hello. Can you hear me, Tito?
Magsalita. Ay, wala. Ayun! Ayan na, narinig na kita bigla, Alec.
Ayan na. Sorry. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
Nakakaloka talagang. Parang may sinasabi
i-reconnect.
ka kaninang lihim na. Ayun na nga, Alex. So, ang haba-haba ng introduction ko sa iyo kanina.
Hi again, Tito. Hi, Tito Norman.
So,
hi, everyone who's watching.
Yeah. So, nakwento ko na kanina that you entered pageantry first, and then you won the international pageant where you represented the Philippines. Tapos, sinign up ka na ng GMA Artist Center. Nag-appear ka na in some of its programs. So, ang tanong ko, Alex, first is, did it take long for you to get signed up by GMA Artist Center? Was there a long wait for you para for them to kailangan bang nag-workshop ka muna ng marami and everything? Tell us about it.
Yeah. So when I started, it took me after siguro when I did after the pageant, after my international pageant, it took me siguro almost half a year to be signed as a GMA artist because parang 6 months after turning over my title, no, 4 months after turning over my title, I I was that's when I was signed as an artist for GMA. So the process that it took was just very basic lang naman. I just had to go through a panel interview, tapos I had to. It was like an ordinary, like for example, when you go through a normal job interview, you have to go through a panel, and I mean they have to know more about you and know why or kung ba't worthy. I mean, if you're fit to be one of their artists. So the process wasn't really uh, uh, a very hard one to go through. Pero so yun, after being signed, I was so lucky to have to be able to join workshops right away. So right out of the bat, they schedule you for intensive workshop schedules with one of their acting very well known acting coaches. So parang after for example after ilang workshops, parang it matters to them kung ilang workshops yung nagawa mo para you'll be able to audition more effectively sa iba't ibang roles kung ano yung gusto mong pasukan or if what role is fit for you. So aside from doing acting workshops, they pay for it pala. They also pay for it, yung acting workshops, hosting workshops, singing workshops, dancing workshops. They make you an all-around artist. So that's one thing I appreciate as being a GMA artist.
So, hindi ka ba nabibitin, Alec, that because of the pandemic, things are slowing? Well, it has slowed down everything practically. So,
Sobrang
parang
actually.
oh, sige, tell me about it.
Yun nga, Tito, you're right na parang nabitin ako dahil sa pandemic because earlier this year I continued my next set of workshops. Tapos my handler was talking to me about certain teleseries that would be possible to audition for. So like that was mga those were the things I was looking forward to 2020. I really thought mga siguro January, I thought 2020 was going to be a very productive year, pero well, unlucky for us, this happened,
Oh.
yung pandemic, and it really affected a lot of lives. So not it didn't only affect it affected a lot of industries, mga consumer based in industries. So yeah, it's from the start it was hard for me to adjust to stay indoors because I'm really an outgoing person. I like to talk. I like to meet new people. Siguro I cannot miss one weekend na I'm at home. If you feel the same way, kasi usually Friday or Saturday I go out, may it be work or spending time with friends. So yun, that's something na if your question is about the pandemic affecting my work and such, yeah, it was really a big hit for me, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of people as well.
So parang ang style pala doon sa inyo ng GMA Artist Center, well, siguro I think this is very common din with the other networks, is that para kang when you were signed up by GMA Artist Center, it's like you were accepted for a job. Technically, parang kasama ka na sa pool of talents of GMA. Pero
Yun.
if you want to be part of a teleserye or a show, you need to screen or to audition once more for that role or that inclusion, di ba?
Yun po, like for example, we all have managers, tapos yung manager, they pitch their artists to specific roles they think are fit for that artist. So parang ganun. Or if you if you've heard about other auditions, you can opt to audition for them. So parang yun, it's like that's the I think that's the process they have when it comes
Pero
to doing the
curious
selection.
ako, Alec, how did your stint in pageantry, how did it help you in becoming a more confident aspirant in showbiz? May anong
Um,
naitulong sa iyo ng pagpa-pageant mo?
the pageant for me, doing pageant was a big doing pageants. Actually, yung Mr. Grand was my first national pageant. So what I learned from the pageant industry, it's uh, it gives you more of a confidence boost because you start out. Uh, it's like when you uh, when you when you show yourself in front of a lot of people. Because male pageants are a lot like female beauty pageants. Now you have to be in your swimwear. You have to uh, do the question and answer portion. So it gives you a really big. It really helps you with your confidence because parang not everyone can walk the ramp in their underwear, parang ganun in front of several people. So that gives you like a big confidence boost. Now you say to yourself, I can do this. Um, so it helped me prepare myself to into shifting to the showbiz industry, doing uh doing work in front of the camera and all those things. So uh pero one thing that's different uh from the pageant industry and the showbiz industry is that um when you do pageants, it's really more on. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Um,
Pagpa-pageant kasi, parang you're just preparing yourself for that specific time that you are on stage or mingling with people. Pero sa
yun.
showbiz, parang you really need to be more holistic in your approach because ano na yan parang it's going to be a bigger career
Yun nga.
move na
So
talaga
parang,
yan.
ayun nga. So when sa pageant industry, parang it was very, you didn't really think about how people saw you because you had to just be confident about yourself. Sa sa showbiz industry, you really had to work on your image. If you want to be the boy next door look guy or the boy next door type of guy, the bad boy image, or like you really also you have to be very careful with what you say in the internet. Like for example, right now when I do streaming sa games, pag naglalaro ako tapos nag-live stream ako, parang I really I really make it a point na hindi ako bawal mag bad words, parang ganun. So it's really you really have to take care of your image. That's what I learned. And that's how I compare
Yeah.
the two worlds.
Pero di ba, nung pageantry mo, kaya nga magkilala nga pala kayo ni Ayam, the other guest, kasi nag-train kayo sa KF before under Tito Rog, di ba?
Yes po. Yes, we were, while I was
No.
training for my international pageant, parang they were starting their training for Mutya, yung golden year na Mutya. Yun. That's when we met, and then yun, Tito Rog is a very close friend, and yun, that's how I met the other guest, Miss Aya. So yun.
So that somehow, malaki din na naitulong sa iyo ng training siguro sa KF before
Yes.
under Tito Rog, na talagang when you entered both pageantry and showbiz, parang lutang ka na kasi you have the looks. Tinan mo nga, just looking at your face, parang
Thank you, Tito.
ano na ako. Oo. Pero alam nyo, to our viewers, nakakatuwa lang that when Alec did his pageantry before, interestingly, naging magkakilala lang kami talaga mabuti when we were together during a judging scene that we had in Lobo, Batangas, hindi ba?
Yes.
That's the time na doon ko siya mas nakilala talaga kasi when he did his Mr. Grand Philippines, hindi pa ako ganun hindi ko pa siya talaga nakausap o hindi pa kami nag-meet. Pero nung nag-judge kami before in Batangas, doon ko siya nakilala na, ano pala to? Okay pala itong taong to, is down to earth, hindi naman pala siya suplado, na parang ang dating niya, parang konyo, hindi naman pala siya ganoon. And he's very easy to be with, actually. Kaya
I
masaya
appreciate
ako.
your kind words ito.
Oo, hindi. Totoo naman yun kasi doon naman talaga tayo nagkakilala nang mabuti. Pero kilala na kita na part ng pageantry before kasi kino-cover ko naman yung mga iba-ibang mga pageants.
Opo.
Kaya familiar ako doon. Ito, merong pumasok na question for you. Sino ba daw ang idols mo sa GMA? Tanong ni Marquis. Sino daw actors ang gusto mo makatrabaho? Who do you want to work with? Sinong gusto mo makatrabaho?
So, mga actors I look up to. Parang ganun yung question. Who are you acting idols?
Oo.
Siguro, in GMA, I really look up to this specific actor. His name is Ding Dong Dantes. I don't know
ito
if you're
naman,
familiar with him.
para namang hindi kilala, nakakaloka naman ito.
Yun po, I really look up to him.
Akala ko naman magsasabi ka ng hindi ko kilala. Si Ding Dong Dantes naman yan. Siyempre, para naman magkahawig kayo ng konti in terms of yung dating, hindi ba? So talagang, kumbaga, you can look up, parang siyang kuya ng mga GMA talents doon, hindi ba? Because kaya, pag nakatrabaho, malay mo, gawin kang sundalo sa Descendants of the Sun.
Pero ewan ko lang po if bagay sa akin yung crew cut. Hindi lang ako sure. Hindi ko pa na-try.
Hindi, gagawin kang kontrabida daw, Alec.
Pwede.
Baka kontrabida.
Actually, I really like, parang opposite naman sa previous, sa guest natin na si Aya. Parang opposite niya yung kontrabida or ayaw niya maging kontrabida. Ako, parang sobrang trip ko yung kontrabida na role.
Ganun, totoo nga, nakakaloka. Gusto niya maging kontrabida. O, tamo, yung mga tingin niya talaga, pang kontrabida ang tingin niya. Talagang para kakainin ka ng buhay nito si Alec. No? Alec, balikan natin ang ating ibang mga guests para magkaroon tayo ng discussion.
Okay.
So, actually, si Maxine, our other guest, si Maxine Medina, she's trying to enter that. I think our director is just helping her out para makapasok sa broadcast studio. Pero balikan natin si Ara. Ara! Hello, Ara. May question ako for Ara. Naku po, nagulat ako bigla. Hoy, naku. Please welcome Maxine Medina. Maxine, please say hi to our viewers. Naloka ako bigla.
Hi everyone! Humabol ako, Tito Norman. Ayan. Buti nakakawal.
Nakakaloka. If you must know, ito pong si Maxine, after she did pageantry for Miss Universe, she entered Showbiz. You last saw her on Los Bastardos. She played the role of Isay, opposite Jay Cuenca rather. And just before the pandemic, the lockdown, I know for a fact that she's supposed to start a teleserye with GMA, yung first Yaya dapat. Pero because nagkaroon nga ng mga pandemic and all, nagkaka-delay and everything. Pero how are you right now? How are you right now, Maxine? Kasi feeling ko love life is really making you lovelier all the time.
Wow, talaga. Thank you.
Ako kasi abstinence. Ikaw, continuation palagi ang love life.
Yeah, of course. Kailangan naman talaga yon, Tito Norman. And now, of course, productive. Very productive ako ngayon. I keep myself busy all the time.
Curious ako, Maxine. When you already started, nasimulan mo, natapos mo yung Los Bastardos, ano na ang nabago sa personality mo in terms of, ito na bagong career na yan Kumbaga before, puro modeling, puro pageantry, and then now, teleserye na, sa TV na, and everything. How did being part of a teleserye change you?
Actually, to be part of a teleserye kasi ang daming role na ginagawa, 'di ba? And sa kunwari sa isay na role, ang dami kong kailangan pag-aralan like yung pagiging matapang ko, yung alam mo yon, yung strong inside, and then yung maawain. Basta iba-iba yung ugali na natututunan. Tapos, pag na-encounter ko yung mga ganong problems in the real life, parang, na-apply ko siya. Whatever I learn sa teleserye na, pwede palang gawin to, na-apply ko siya sa, in the real life. So yun, marami ka talaga matututunan kapag marami ka nagagawang teleserye. Kasi different roles, different ugali, different people, kung paano mo siya i-attack. Ayun.
Oh. Pero alam mo, I remember, you're also part of that miniseries on I1 TV, yung Beauty Queens, hindi ba? Kasama mo si Gloria Diaz, si Winwin, kasama mo rin si Maris Racal, tsaka si Ross Pesigan. How do you compare yung performance mo dito sa Beauty Queens sa Los Bastardos, Maxine?
Los Bastardos kasi, from weak to a strong person. And then, ito namang the Beauty Queens, pinoportray ko yung life of a beauty queen behind the spotlight. Kung ano yung real life niya, what she wants, and what she wants to do in life. Tapos, kasi ako dito sa The Beauty Queens, may gusto akong gawin. Tapos, ang dilemma dito is yung mommy ko against dun sa gusto kong magawa. So, syempre, yun yung mother and daughter problems, dilemma. So, yun yung pinapakita namin dito sa story na to. And ako, as a person, parang siya nafe-feel ko kasi ganun din naman ako lahat naman ng tao sa mundo, di ba? May problem sa mom or whatever it is kasi syempre normal lang naman sa mom to guide you tapos ikaw may gusto ka talagang gawin. And yun na very different siya kasi nakarelate ako sa The Beauty Queens Pero dito sa Los Bastardos, marami ako natutunan kasi from a weak person to a stronger one.
Oo. Kasi yung sinabi mo nga kanina, parang nakita ko sa trailer kung ano yung nangyari sa iyo towards the end sa Beauty Queens, yung ano ang gusto mo talaga, pero hindi nga kita ma-picture na ganoon talaga, Dahil pag-suit mo na yung costume na yon. Pero may question sa iyo dito, may phone may pumasok na question sa iyo. How was it shooting with the other title holders like Miss Gloria Diaz and Winwin Marquez for Beauty Queens, Maxine?
Sobrang saya, Tito Norman. Kasi, first of all, si Winwin ngayon ko lang nakatrabaho and sobrang na-surprise ako na napaka-jolly niya, ang sarap pala niyang ka-work. Tapos behind the scenes, lagi kami nagtatawanan and then matatawa kami kasi, in the real life, ganito tayo, ganyan. So, sobrang hindi nila alam. Tapos, happy kami na pinapakita namin yun sa tao, na ganito this is, yung life ng mga beauty queens. Yung real life ng mga beauty queens, na hindi nila alam. Yung nangyayari talaga.
Pero yung yung kinahinatnan ng character mo doon, parang hindi ko na-imagine talaga na hindi ko talaga ma-imagine kasi may
niyo po ba?
I've seen the most part of it. Kaya lang yung trailer kasi niya may giveaway somehow doon kung yung magiging yung gusto mong mangyari sa character mo doon So sabi ko, ba't ganun biglang costume ni Maxine, ni Maika? Sabi ko, ay, ganun ang gusto niya, ganun pala siya, kaya pala sila nagtatalo ng nanay niya dun sa palabas. Because yun, gusto niya talagang maging isang Sister Stella L. Parang ganun pala ang kanyang, ang peg ng role niya doon. So nakakatuwa lang. Pero I know right now, aside from Showbiz, maganda rin ang takbo ng love life mo. Of course, we're not going to talk about that, pero somehow, it gives you constant sources of inspiration, hindi ba? Kasi kung hindi ko pa nasasabi sa ating mga viewers, akala nyo kasi Maxine lang ang kilala ko. Pero ang tawag ko sa Daddy Max niya ay pare. Dahil pare ang tawag sa akin.
Pare!
Oo, naloloka ko. 2 tao lang tumatawag sa akin ng pare. Oo, isa pare ko sa Amerika, isang tatay mo yung isa. Yan yung napakaganda mong nanay na si Tita Marife na nagkakakita pa kami bigla niyan sa elevator sa mga malls. So bigla kami ko, ay, ang nanay ng Miss Universe nandito. Ano, mga ganun, mga batikan and everything. Tapos yung sister mo na si Ferica. Alam mo, kilala ko na ibang pamilya mo, nakakaloka. Pati nga kilala ko na sila.
Part of the family ka na, Tito Norman. May ka lang ang tawag mo sa akin.
Kaya nga eh. Yung 2 kapatid mo lalaki, yung pamangkin mo, ano na yan, tayo, lalo na nung kainitan ng pageantry days mo, talagang palagi kaming nagkakatanungan ng daddy mo tsaka ng mami mo about you, na gano'n. At saka ito, I'm not sure kung ito, alam mo tong small trivia na to, Maika, Maxine. Maxine muna natawag ko sa'yo dahil nasa show tayo. Alam mo ba, Maxine, na noong finals ng 65th Miss Universe sa MOA Arena, alam mo ba kung sino mga katabi ko sa upuan doon sa section namin? Kung nasaan ako. Ang daddy mo, ang mami mo, ang kapatid mo, buong pamilya mo talaga ang katabi ko.
Oh my God!
Oo, nasa isang hilera kami. Medyo
part na nga talaga.
Parang meron lang aisle na nag-separate. Pero kasi nagkakagulo rin sa paligid ng family mo noon because they were filming the reactions of your family members every time throughout the show. Kaya sabi ko, ay, nakakatuwa. Katabi ko ang mga Medinas dito. Sabi ko, baka talaga, nakakaaliw lang. Pero, ito, tanong ko lang sa'yo, Maxine. Is there anything that you still miss about pageantry? Or is it something that you have moved on from? Tapos, mas forward-looking ka na ngayon?
Maybe yung pinaka-memorable kasi sa akin is the experience talaga. When you join pageants, ang dami mong matututunan, ang dami mong madidiscover about yourself, ang dami mong madidiscover na kaya ko palang gawin ito. Kasi yung dinadoubt mo yung sarili mo, it's about just pushing yourself to your limits. Grabe, sobrang amazing talaga yung journey na yon for me kasi ibang tao talaga ako ngayon since nung sumali ako.
Meron ka
And
bang
kung meron akong...
Yes, sige. Please continue, Maxine. Please continue. At kung meron kang...
Kung meron akong regrets, wala akong regrets talaga. Kasi, it's either you win or you learn. That's it for me.
Are you still in touch with some of your fellow candidates during that time, Maxine? Nakakachika ka pa ba?
Nakakachika pa kami sa WhatsApp. Ang pinaka-last na conversation namin with the other candidates is yung nag-TikTok kami. Yung passing the brush, makeup brush.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Everyone's excited. Tapos, nangangamusta kami sa isa't isa. Sobrang maganda yung conversation namin na yun na bring up yung ganong idea. Tapos lahat nagka-connect. Tapos nagkulitan na naman kami. Well,
pero kanino ka ba talaga close doon? Sino pinaka-close mo sa kanila talaga that time?
Actually, si USA, si Dashona. Si Curacao. Si Thailand. Si Indonesia, yung roommate ko. Yun talaga lagi kami magkakasama.
Oo. And somehow, ano yung pinaka-best learning mo sa pageantry na nagagamit mo pa rin hanggang ngayon sa buhay, Maxine?
Isa lang. Love yourself.
Ano yan? Ay, ayan, biglang love yourself
Important
that
yun.
PH na
Very important.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
important yun. Kasi when you love yourself, you, adopt lahat ng positive around you. So, hindi ka negative. You're always happy. You're always beautiful. You inspire people.
So ito, question ko lang sa iyo, Maxine. During this very long pandemic, syempre, we had to be creative. We had to think of ways on how to quote-unquote survive, kung paano buhay, nagtatayo ng mga business and everything. Correct me if I'm wrong, parang nag-start ka ba ng small business during this pandemic somehow para lang to keep yourself busy at the same time na meron kang ginagawang productive?
Actually, alam mo, kwento ko lang yung journey ko about it, Kasi very, sa akin,
Yes.
Yung moments na like 1 week to 2 weeks na lockdown, sobrang ko noon, sobrang down ako. Lahat canceled, lahat ng projects and all, parang parang ko, ang tawag dito, sobrang down talaga ako. As in, to the point na parang, what will I do? What can I do? Ano bang pwede kong gawin? As in, nagdadasal na ako, Lord, paano ba to? Tapos, siguro, ang hirap ng process kasi ilang months din bago to nagawa, bago ko naisip. Yun nga. So, ito nga tinayo kong Shop X Maxine Medina. Lahat, I'm selling all my unused clothes and used clothes. Ano pa ba? Nagsasell din ako ng mask for healthcare, like yung mga sterilized alcohol, ganyan. Wala lang, something to make me busy. And meron din ako. Yeah. Important kasi na may ginagawa ka, productive ka everyday. Tsaka meron din ako, actually, promote ko na. Yung 9th Street _ please follow at 9th Street _ sa Instagram. We're selling steaks, different steaks. So, nagsasell ko ng sirloin, ribeye, burger, prime ribs. So, kung gusto niya lang ng steak, i-treat niyo yung family niyo.
Na-promote na rin sa akin. Pinromote na rin sa akin yan ni mami mo. Kaya nga,
ay, talaga?
Kaya aware ako na, ay, may parang business ito si Maxine. Sabi mo, ay, sa mga karne. Pagka sinabi sa Showbiz, ang tawag nga ito, nagbebenta ng laman, nakakaloka.
Alaga, grabe naman yun.
Actually, no, but literally, because it's steaks Kumbaga parang you just make fun of it na parang,
ang Tagalog.
Pag Tagalog talaga, nagbebenta talaga ng laman. What can we do? Ganun talaga ang Tagalog translation noon, hindi ba? Yung karne yun, hindi ba? Pag ako nagbenta rin naman ng karne, naging matadero ako, magbebenta na rin ako ng laman. Ganun na naman hindi ba? Kaya nakakatuwa. Yeah. So, Maxine, what keeps you optimistic na lang at this point? Ano yung parang, syempre, somehow nagkaroon tayo lahat ng mga turning points during this long pandemic. Ano yung isang point dumating yung pag-realize mo na parang, okay, we need to be very positive about everything. So, we cannot really stay stuck in all the negativities. Anong sa'yo? Anong kailan na,
Ako, I stop worrying about tomorrow. Kasi ang hirap mag-isip in the future na ngayon wala kang ginagawa. Important yung live the day, live by the moment, treasure mo whatever it is, whatever you have now. Parang kunwari, wala kang ginagawa pero alam mo yun, nasa harapan yung laptop, nasa harapan yung paper, pencil, whatever you have to do, gawin mo. Kahit anong maisip mo, just be productive. Kung ano yung magagawa mo sa isang araw, gawin mo. Yun lang yun.
Nakakatuwa, hindi mo, Maxino? Actually, halos lahat naman tayo ganun eh. Dating tayo sa point of depression. Boredom is the simplest, pero marirealize mo rin na, well, you really need to move on with life. You really need to think of
Totoo
ways
yan.
of how to look at the future more bright kahit na alam mong parang matatagalan. Pero, and parang ito, nabigla ako. Lumabas bigla ang mukha ni Maxine Medina. Sa sinabi ko, ay, naku, dumating bigla ang Maxine. Sabi ko, natuwa akong bigla na narito siya. Parang may mga surprise, surprise talaga na kala ko kanina, sabi ko nga sabi ko baka ano pa siya, pero sabi ko, kaya sabi ko kayo sa technical director natin, pag dumating si Maxine, ipasok mo right away dahil mag-high lang yan. Nakakaloka. Oo.
At least nakahabol.
Usapin natin. Kaya nga, and I'm very thankful for that, Max. So, kausapin ko uli ngayon si Ara. But before anything else, maraming salamat for joining us this afternoon and for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Your Yeah, and alam ko talaga na meron ka nakabiting project eh. Alam ko meron nakabiting project. Alam ko yun talaga. Totoo naman yun, di ba?
Gusto ko na. Ang tagal-tagal naman kasi. Excited na ako.
Pero hindi ba totoo naman yun? Alam ko naman magtutuos kayo ni Marian Rivera.
Alam mo, to be honest, sobrang inamin ko talaga sa kanya yun. Sabi ko, Marian, kinakabahan ako. Pero excited ako.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for that also. Kasi one of the creative heads sa show na First Yaya happens to be a personal friend of mine, si Jojo Nones. So, tuwa sila sa akin nung binalita na, hoy, may surprise kami sa'yo, Norman. Ano yon? Ay, naku, guess kung sino makakasama namin sa cast ng First Yaya. Ha, sino? Ay, binakita picture mo. Ha? Sabi ko napalundig ako bigla. Sabi ko, si Maxine. Sabi ko, ay, si Maxine at si Marian. Magtutuos ang dalawang maganda. Nakakaloka.
Oh my God! Sobrang jolly nun. Ang bait-bait ni Marian. Sobrang ganda pa.
Kaya excited na ako. I'm looking forward to that. Ayoko munang mahulaan kung anong papel mo doon. Pero,
surprise!
pero I'm really looking forward to that. But before anything else, thank you, Maxine, for really joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Tito Norman.
If you can still stay on, okay lang. Pero I need to talk to the other guests para continue lang yung nabitin naming conversation kanina. Pero ang ganda-ganda talaga ni Maxine. Para ako nakatingin sa salamin every time I look at her. Nakakaloka. No? Yeah. Please send my warm regards to your dad, to Daddy Max, to Tita Marife, to Ferica, to all your brothers. Ano ba yan?
Oh my God! Lahat na.
Siyempre, gano'n naman talaga.
Part of the family.
Oo, at saka somehow, meron kang roots sa Bulacan, hindi ba? May Medina sa Bulacan, yung dad mo meron. Kaya niya ako tinatawag na pare because of that connection sa Bulacan, actually.
Kaya, taga Bulacan din po kayo.
Yes, kaya.
Wow, kababayan.
Talaga, na-discover ko yun nung birthday party mo noon na ginawa sa tabi ng Holiday Inn Express or Remington Hotel at the time.
Yeah.
Yes, yun yung time na. May Remington Hotel yun. So, thank you, Maxine. If you can stay on sa backstage, I would appreciate it. Pero, maraming salamat for joining us this afternoon. Babalikan ko lang ang isa pang magandang babae. Ay, ano ka bang sasabihin pa, Maxine, to our baka uso mo ulitin yung binebenta nating mga laman or something.
Okay, guys, please follow at 9th Street _ We're selling steak, sirloin, ribeye if you want burgers, prime rib. just check it out. Lahat nandun, feedbacks, video, photos. Meron pa, at Shop X Maxine Medina pala, don't forget. Ang dami ko binibenta, guys. So, I'm selling my used and unused clothes. Mask, if you want, mga, ano pa ba? Face shield, if you want. Basta, just follow and visit my page na lang. At Shop X Maxine Medina and at 9th Street _. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Now, Ariela.
May pumapasok.
May pumapasok. Si Ariela ba to? Ara.
Miss Universe.
Ang Miss Universe
Argel
na
Saycon. 2013.
Ara. Bakit naka-freeze ka, Ara?
Ba't naka-freeze ka? Naku, nasa Laguna na naman yan.
Hindi daw, nasa Pasig daw siya.
Nasa Pasig.
Oo, kaya kagagaling lang daw niya ng Laguna. Actually, nagsimula na kami mag-chikan kanina. Pero yun nga, because I needed to introduce all the guests, hindi ko naman alam na biglang papasok ang ang Maxine Medina bigla
I
na.
miss you, Max.
Ay, ayan na. Ay, ang ganda
Ayan na.
naman talaga ni Miss Argel Arida. Very
Nakakaloka.
Dito na lang kami nakakapag-chika.
Nakakaloka. Oo. Ara, hoy, may tanong sa akin yung isa kong reader. Kasi bigla akong tinanong actually, sabi niya, if I remember right, Ara was a chemistry graduate of UP Los Baños. And if memory serves me right, may plano siya noon to actually open or come up with her own cosmetic brand or something.
Wow.
Ano bang kwento noon? Kumbaga may ano ba 'yon? May pangyayarihan pa ba yung plano mong 'yon before, Ara?
Grabe pa. Ano na to, 7 years in the making. But let's wait ito normal. Kasi well, so now I have a collaboration naman with a cosmetic brand, Deviant. But it's only for lipstick. But doesn't mean let's see, mali mo, it's not cosmetic, but I'll dwell with a different product.
Ay, nakakaloka. We have to know that first dahil my readers are always parang watching kung ano yung next business that you will enter pag alam mo kasi yung sa norman.com, yung mga readers ko, may pagka-alta. Ang iniisip nila palagi is paano kayo yayaman, paano kayo pagnenegosyo and everything. Sabi ko, okay.
Kailangan natin sa buhay yan. Kailangan natin.
Yes, yun na nga. Kaya
Basta it will happen.
Tito Norman, sa totoo lang, abangan
Ano?
niya yung abangan nilang lahat ang collaboration ng Ara and Maxine.
Oo.
Soon!
Hindi naman...
It's 2 years in the making also, but nangyayari.
Oo, 2 years.
Diba, Max?
2 years in the making.
Kasi, yung,
Maxine, hindi ba laman yan? Hindi naman siguro laman yan, ano?
Hindi naman. Iba na to ngayon.
Hindi naman.
Pero para sa laman din.
It's for us. Sobrang passionate kami dito. So, yun. Sana lang ma-perfect namin. Maging okay. Nagkataon lang naabutan din ng pandemic.
Pakakaloka naman yung pandemic na ito, no? Talagang
na-stop.
Oo, sinisira ang lahat ng mga plano natin.
Madaming na-stop ng pandemic, oo.
Oo, kaya nga ako hanggang ngayon.
Plans are there.
Oo, hanggang ngayon virgin pa rin ako talaga. Kaya mahirap na talaga. Kasi abstinence talaga eh. Abstinence. Kailangan talaga. Fasting and abstinence na napakahaba. Nakakaloka. So,
Yung months na ba? 7 months? 6 months?
Oo. Isama natin si Aya at si Alex na. Direct isama na nga natin. Sige na. Para ano. Aya!
Hi, Aya! I miss you! Oh my God!
Ate Maxine, kamusta?
Hello!
Oh, hindi ba? Nakakaloka.
Ang fresh mo.
Naglalo ka na. Na-miss na kita.
Parang ako lang ang hindi fresh dito sa screen na to. Nanuloka.
Hindi, Tito Norm, fun fact, even before nagbinibini si Ate Maxine, magkakilala na kami nun. Tapos naaalala ko pa yon na parang, Ate Maxine, magbinibini Pilipinas ka na, pang Miss Universe ka talaga, promise. Promise, sinabi ko. Tapos noong time na yon ayaw niya pa. Sabi niya, hindi talaga. Sabi niya, hindi ako for pageant, ganyan-ganyan. Well,
tapos,
sabi nga ng kasabihan, huwag magsalita ng hindi pa tapos. Bongga.
Anong taon mo sinabi kay Maxine yun? Baka naman ano pa yun? 20, baka naman grade 6 ka pa lang noon, nakakaloka
2015. 2014, mga gano'n.
Ako alam ko na...
Pero sobrang dami na namin nagsasabi noon, hindi lang ako. So, wag ako masyadong feeler na ako lang. Marami kami noon na parang, ate talaga, para sa'yo talaga.
Sabi ko nga, ikaw na lang ang sumali, Aya. Ayan, inaantay ko na ng lahat. Ako naman ang magsasabi sa'yo ngayon.
Nakakaloka. Pero we have to give it to Ara naman na yung year ni Ara sa Binibining Pilipinas, yung gold, talaga, yun ang pinakamahirap na batch in Binibining Pilipinas history. Dahil 50 ang girls, para ikaw Aya, 50 rin ang girls. And to win a title, pag 50 kayong girls, parang ano na yon, hindi ba? Parang it's a big achievement na, hindi ba Ara?
Nag-freeze na naman siya.
Ara, hindi ba Ara? Sa ganda mo Ara, huwag ka mag-freeze
ako.
Ara.
Parang 50 girls lang yung nahilig ko.
Ngayon, Alex, since ikaw ang nag-iisang lalaki dito na kasama, ano ang masasabi mo sa ating mga beauty queens dito na nag-showbiz na rin kamukha mo? And don't worry, Alec, you're not the only kapuso here dahil may isang maging kapuso din na nasa taas mo sa frame dahil magkakaroon sila ni Marian Rivera ng teleserye. Kaya, anong masasabi mo sa ating mga kasamang mga beauty queens?
Well, they give justice to the name beauty queen. Lahat sila maganda. I mean, they're all very bubbly. Their personality is very lively. I'm really enjoying myself. Listening to you guys lang nagchikahan lang kayo. It's very interesting to me. I'm not really feeling bored. Kahit nung nag-start tong talk show natin, I'm really enjoying every minute of what we're doing right now.
Basta nakatingin ako sa mukha mo, Alec, I will never get bored. Yun pa lang masaya na ako just looking at you.
Thank you.
Yun ang inspire ko. Alam mo naman, pag mga babae kausap ko, I look at them as daughters. Kaya wala akong naiisip na kahit ano. Pero may phone-in question tayo dito for our 3 ladies. Coming from Raymond Seranillo. Hi, Raymond.
Oh my!
Oo. Ano daw? How do you voice yourself nowadays to inspire people na mag-cope sa stress and survive? Okay. Paano nyo daw i-encourage or to uplift the people right now na sumusobrang haba na talaga ng lockdown and quarantine, and how can you voice nowadays to inspire people? Okay? Let's start with Aya. Si Aya muna. Magsimula tayo kay Aya. Ano ang message mo to people so that they can cope up with stress? Kasi alam ko magiging kontrabida ka na ngayon, pero labas muna natin ang wholesome side mo.
Well, regarding naman dun sa role ko, unlike nung sinabi kanina ni Alec, hindi totoo yun na ayoko yung role. In fact, gusto ko talaga ng challenging roles. And it's just really nice to be able to put yourself in different shoes when you are acting. But anyway, going back to the question, to cope up ngayong pandemic, for me, to survive, it means a lot. Meron ako nabasang research recently na to be able to be productive, kailangan mo mag-slow down. So, paano ka magiging productive kung masyado ka ng stress, kung masyado ka ng burnout. So, for me, self-care is very important to be present one day at a time. inner peace ang pinakamahalaga at this time. And busy, hindi porket busy ka, ibig sabihin nun productive ka. So, lagi natin yung tatandaan na we always reserve time for ourselves to meditate, to pray, to spend time with our families. Please know, most of all, that you are not alone. Buong mundo ngayon nakatigil. So, marami tayong pinagdadaanan. Pero know na marami tayo ngayon nasama-sama. And babangon din tayo. Pero, syempre, kasama rin yung paglaban sa maraming paraan. And then, to answer the question, ever since the pandemic started, I've been more active sa discourse online, so Twitter, actually pati na nga rin sa Instagram and also Facebook. It is very important na mag-spread tayo ng facts, ng mga hindi fake news, alam niyo yan. Lalo na ngayon, nabawasan na ng isang channel, so sumunti na yung mga Pilipino na merong access sa totoong information. So, yon. And also, nangangamusta tayo sa mga friends. Wag natin kalimutan yon. And, isa pa, sobrang halaga yung kahit maliit na tulong lang within your barangay or your city, sa LGU nyo, para sa ating mga frontliners, kasi sila talaga yung parang frontline talaga sa gera natin ngayon. So in any way you can, maybe sa pagkain or sa pag-donate ng PPEs, o kaya during the start of the pandemic, I volunteered for data research sa contact tracing ng mga information sa mga hospitals. So any way we can, sana kaya natin mag-provide ng kahit konting tulong any way we can sa mga frontliners. So yun, kung sa lahat ng mga viewers natin, know that you are not alone. As in, lavarn. That's all.
Ikaw talaga, Aya, kung magsalita ka, talaga may love life ka,
Yes.
no? Kaya talaga,
Tito Norman, first of all, hindi naman kailangan magkaroon ng love life para magkaroon ng substance ang sinasabi. Excuse me.
Ayan na.
Nakakaloka ka.
Excuse me.
Ayan na. Talagang lumabas na yung kontrabida. Ayan na.
Totoo naman na. Okay. Pero, syempre, bonus na rin yung love life. So, yes, true to that.
Kompleto tayo ngayon. Dumating na ang PBB housemate mula sa bahay ni Kuya. Hi, Argel. Bumati ka naman, Argel.
Hello po sa lahat ng nanonood. At hello po sa mga kasama ko dito. Late ako, sorry.
Bakit ka late? Ay nako, palagi ko kaya na late yan kasi nagsisimpla pa ng coffee mate sa kanyang kape at kumakain ng Jollibee. Oo, ang kanyang mga commercial. At sa tabing ilog niya, kinakain yun. Dahil magkikita sila ni Ivana Alawi dahil mag-shooting sila na ang Lihim ni Ligaya, ang kanyang teleserye for the Kapamilya Channel. Oo. Hindi ba, Argel?
Maybe next month kasi yun.
Sana ba't ka natahimik? Kasama mo lang dito yung apat. So totoo ba ang balita na nililigawan mo si Ivana Alawi?
Hindi. Fake news yan.
Nililigawan mo daw si Ivana Alawi, nakakaloka ka, Argel. Ano ka ba?
Hindi naman. Focus tayo sa work.
Sabi ko na nga ba? Oo.
Professional tayo
Uy, tinanong ko lang naman kasi nga, kanina pa kita hinihintay Nasunog na balat ko dito yung araw. Nakadirekta sa akin dito para ako nasa gas stove dito. Ano sa akin yung araw dito. Maxine and Ara, may tanong. Oo. May tanong sa inyo dito. The question is, kasi sa dami daw ng mga nadidelay na mga pageants this year, yung iba nga nag-virtual pageant na, pero yung iba umaasa pa rin talaga to experience yung totoong pageant. Ano daw ang masasabi mo nyo sa mga aspiring beauty queens na who are stuck at home? Pero gusto pa rin nila talagang maging part ng well, you know, like Miss World Philippines, open na sila for application ngayon. Pero hindi natin alam kung kailan mangyayari. Anong masasabi nyo sa mga girls who are aspiring to be beauty queens like yourself, pero ngayon stuck sila ng pandemic sa bahay. Okay? Maxine, ikaw muna.
Siguro,
Yes, Maxine.
kasi mahirap din eh. Mahirap din talaga. Like, parang pinagdaanan ko kasi yung time ko na
Naluloka ako talaga. Nagdi-delay na naman ba ako direct? Naluloka ako. Pag ganitong oras na, nagkakaroon na ako ng delay. Guys, naririnig niyo ba ako?
Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
okay naman.
Yeah, malakas.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Yes. We can hear you. Ayan, okay na ba? Ayan. Tito Norms.
Hala. Tayo na yung mag-host.
Oo nga.
So, anong masasabi mo, Max?
So siguro,
Yeah.
ayan. Siguro wag na lang natin gawing big deal na hindi tayo makalabas
Okay.
and all. Pero just
So,
ano,
Maxine, ako na naman na nagde-delay ngayon dito. Ito na naman po. Pag humahaba na talaga yung ating balitaktakan, talagang bumabagal na rin ako dito sa kinaroroonan ko. Yeah.
ay, okay na ba? Ay, nawala si Tito Norma.
Nalaglag na
So,
si
wala
Tala.
na.
Hala. O, sa
Ano to,
atin na
guys?
yung show.
Oo, paano ba yan?
Nagigiral na.
Nako. So, ito na po ang last episode ng... charot.
So, Argel, how are
Joke.
you?
Joke lang.
Ba sila ba? Na-traffic ba kayo pareho ni Max? Kasi medyo late kayo nakapasok.
Oo, medyo. Siguro.
Traffic.
Uy,
sa-
ayan na, Ara. Sige, ikaw na muna. Game, sagutin mo na yung question ni Tito Norman habang wala siya. Naghang
Nako,
din siya. Naghang din siya. Problema na ata ngayon ng internet, no?
Ito daw, message to aspiring.
Oo.
Mm-mm.
So, should we continue our message to aspiring beauty queens during pandemic?
Mm-hmm. Actually, Ara, napansin mo, parang nakakalungkot, pero syempre hindi mo naman kailangan damdamin, di ba? Na parang, hindi tayo makaka-compete this year. Pero just be positive na kailangan mo lang sigurong, let's take this time para lang maging prepared tayo pagdating ng pageant, di ba? Tapos, let's just read something about what's happening in the world. Basta, just to be informed lang. Tapos, by the time na nasasali ka na ng pageant, by the time na magkakaroon na ng ng competition, syempre, ready ka na, di ba? Tama ba, Madam Ara?
Again na, nandiyan na si Queen Mother Norms.
Tito Norm is
Nakamute
back.
po kayo.
So, Max,
Naluloka
Nakamute.
ako. Alam
Yan.
nyo,
Ano nangyari?
kapag every time humahaba na talaga ang biglang nagkakaroon na talaga ng mga ganitong mga issues sa technical, no? Kaya
Buti
naluloka
na
lang
lang po
ako.
bumalik kayo kasi i-end na
Hindi ako.
namin eh.
Hindi ako
Sabi
pwedeng
namin,
hindi
last
bumalik.
episode na po.
Hindi. Next week ang aking season finale. Nakakaloka kayo talagang mga babae. Diyos ko. Argel, ikaw, ano naman ang masasabi mo sa ating mga kabataan
Saan dito?
ngayon na gustong ma-achieve yung na-achieve mo, na naging housemate ka ni Kuya, na lumabas ka sa commercial na malaki, tapos magkakaroon kang teleserye kasama si Ivana Alawi.
Ano lang naman, Tito, wag lang sumuko talaga. Tsaka, syempre, importante yun, lagi tayong nagdadasal. At ayun, mga ambisyon tayo ng mataas. So, wala namang libre namang mangarap. So, yun, wala naman ding masama kung tataasan natin yung pangarap natin. At yun, magdasal lang talaga palagi para may gabayan tayo ng Panginoon sa ating mga pangarap. Diba?
Naluloka ako sa iyo, Argel, para namang seminarista yung kausap ko sa pagbibigay ng
Hindi, Tito.
ng advice. Samantalang pagkasama kita sa photoshoot na pinag-uusapan natin, mga bagay na hindi ko pwedeng sabihin dito sa live program.
Yun, nagbago na ako.
Nakakabaliw.
Nagbago na. Nagbago
Oo
na ako.
nga, nakakaloka. Oo, mula nung gumamit ka ng Coffee Mate sa cafe mo, ano ka na talaga, no? Talagang, at naulit pa yung commercial mo. Alam mo, natutuwa
Oo,
na ako dahil
boss.
itong batang ito, nasuswertehan din naman niya yung mga breaks sa showbiz. Eh. Parang si Aya na magiging kontrabida. Oo. Si Alex na masisikat pa after the pandemic. Si Maxine, kasamahan ko siya magbenta ng laman dahil mga steaks ang ibebenta namin. Mga steaks yon. At si Ara. At si Ara na magkakaroon ng collaboration na negosyo talaga. Hindi pa natin masasabi kung ano yon pero hindi pa natin pwedeng i-reveal kung ano yon. Pero I'd like to ask each one of you to give your parting message to all our viewers. It could be something personal for you. It could be something you want to promote. Pero let us impart something very hopeful to our viewers. And parang i-connect nyo na rin sa sarili nyo yun siguro. Okay? Let's start with you, Alec. Alec, what would be your parting words to our viewers? Sa mga...
So, what I can say to everyone who's watching, I know the time now, it's very hard. It's very different from what we are all used to for the past ilang years tayo na we're living. It's really different right now because we have to stay safe, stay indoors. We can't even it's reaching a point that we can't even hug, kiss, or interact intimately with our loved ones. So just my parting message here, which is very important, I think, is change. Always remember that change is constant. Change always happens. It's never something that will not happen because I know a lot of people, when you hear the word change, it sounds like it's very uncomfortable. There are a lot of people when something sa daily routine nila, nag-iiba siya or something, parang natatakot sila sa ganyan. So please, don't be afraid of change because I've seen videos on the internet na this pandemic will not be leaving. It will be around for a couple more years pa. So that's really gonna change how things will play out, how things that's why they're saying there's a new normal and all those things. So just don't be afraid of change and embrace it na lang. And you don't have to do it right away. Just everyone is entitled to doing it at their own pace. So don't be afraid of change. Always think positively and never give up on your goals, on the things you want to achieve in life. So that's my parting message.
Thank you, Alec. Argel, anak, ano naman ang masasabi mo?
Sasalita ka ba ako
I-promote mo
dito?
naman. Yes, i-promote mo naman yung mga projects mo darating. Ano ka ba? Sakaling kita.
Ayun nga kasi tito, dahil sa pandemic na yung tabing ilog namin. Ano na kami noon nakapag-opening show na kami sa Dolphy Theater. Pero ayun, nagka-pandemic so na-postpone. So, ano naman, sana matuloy na to yung Ang Lihim ni Ligaya. Kasi 2 beses na ata kaming na-cancel yung namin, yung taping dahil sa pandemic nga. So, sana matuloy na at syempre pag natuloy, sa mga nanonood dito, please po manood po kayo ng Lihim ni Ligaya.
God? Nuloko ako sa Lihim ni Ligayang yan. I'll watch out for it. Ngayon, yung kontrabida of the house, Aya, ano ang masasabi mo? Parting words mo to our viewers.
Okay. First of all, Tito Norms, thank you so much. Kasi parang feeling ko, naging mini reunion siya for me. And sa lahat ng mga viewers, thank you so much sa pagsabaybay sa amin. And sa mga nagtanong, ganon, parting message. For me, tandaan natin na just because it's not happening now doesn't mean it's never gonna happen. Kapit lang tayo. tiwala. As in, tiwala talaga. Dasal-dasal more and makakayanan natin to. So, tsaka yung isa ko pang inaalala kapag kunwari nadadown tayo, kapit lang tayo sa mga pangarap natin. And kapag sinabi pangarap, tatlong klase yan. So, dream for yourself, for other people, pwedeng sa pamilya, and third, para for your country. So, lagi natin tatandaan to extend or how to be involved in our community. So, wag tayong susuko, sama-sama tayo dito. That's all. Thank you so much, everyone, sa pagtutok. And I hope to reach out to you soon also.
Kaloka, Aya.
At
Akala ko
abangan niyo
sa...
po si Aya.
Oo.
Abangan
Akala
niyo
ko
po si Aya
sabihin
sa
mo.
Pilipinas, Pilipinas.
Oo.
Ay, may ganun. Ay, dito na yung,
Nakakaloka.
yung teleserye pala.
Yes.
Manood po kayo ng Ang Sayo Ay Akin, 8:40 p.m. yan, Mondays to Fridays sa 8:40 p.m. Mondays to Fridays sa Kapamilya Channel or sa YouTube, yung Kapamilya Live Channel or sa I Want TV. Yan, lalabas na po ako very soon pero please wag niyo po akong kamumuhian. Mabait po akong tao.
Nakakaloka. Ara, ikaw, what is your parting message to everyone?
Oh, yes, to all the Filipino people. Wow, hindi naman. So yun, I hope
Kaloka!
this is very, very challenging time to every one of us. Pero sabi nga nila, every cloud is a silver lining. So let's stay positive na it doesn't mean na nag-stop yung mundo, literally. Pero let's just be thankful for our loved ones na healthy sila. Tayo sa sarili natin, everyday we're up and we're living, di ba? Parang we're surviving. So I guess let's stay positive, especially dun sa, I haven't answered yung ni Raymond na especially to all our aspiring queens out there na currently nasa competition but hindi natin alam kung matutuloy ba or what. Pero let's be positive, no? Mag-pray tayo, wag tayo mawala ng pag-asa. Lahat naman, I mean, isipin mo na lang, hindi lang naman sa'yo nangyari. I mean, lahat tayo nakastop. So I hope this is the time that we realize ano ba talaga yung goal natin in life and then let's start planning about it. And I think this is the year to plan and maybe after this pandemic, that is the time that we execute. So stay positive and let's just always pray. Be thankful every day. Our loved ones are there na nakakasama natin sila and we're all healthy and safe. And to all our to all the Filipinos also, stay safe and let's spread positivity online kasi ang dami nangyayaring especially the news na medyo negative and it affects us. So let's focus on something that would give us good energy and would inspire us every day. So ayun, Tito Norms, and to all our followers, viewers, well, I hope you guys follow me on my social media at Ara Arida and on my Facebook, Ara Arida also, and on my Twitter, Ara Arida, for my mga upcoming updates, shows, or whatever. And hopefully this year matuloy lahat. Thank you so much, Tito Norms, and yeah, salamat din to all our viewers today.
Thank you, Ara. Maxine, your parting words, Maxine.
Ayan, I always say this to anyone. Just stay strong and you'll find the path you're meant to take. Tsaka, ito lagi, tatandaan nyo, don't hope for easy times. Kasi, alam naman natin lahat na, parang sinabi ni Aya kanina, let's take it slow. Let's take it slow, take one at a time kung anong pwedeng mo magawa in this day na free day ka, just be ready all the time. Laging always pray, always think about what you can do for the day. Let's just be positive. Always think positive, pray, and kung gusto mong tumulong ka sa kapwa mo, para lang maalis ang mga negative vibes sa paligid natin. Syempre, ang dami-dami na, sa sobrang dami na nangyayari sa mundo. Hindi lang naman ikaw yung may problema, pero just, alam mo yun, a little thing adds up talaga sa lahat. So, yun, just be strong, stay healthy, stay at home, keep that positive mindset. Ayan, sa lahat ng mga followers pala, thank you for support. Please follow at Shop X Maxine Medina and at 9th Street _ ayan, nagbebenta kasi ako ng laman.
Nakakaloka!
Sa Norman. Check it out, guys. Sana follow niyo mo. Oo,
masarap
yun,
naman
sure.
magbenta ng laman for sure, lalo na kung rib-eye yan, hindi ba?
Ay,
Yung rib-eye malapit sa
burger patty.
Yes.
Burger patty.
Yes, and on that note, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, the 9th episode of Pageantry Norms. Yes. Abangan niyo po next week ang ating Season 1 finale of Pageantry Norms. Next week ko po sasabihin kung sino yung ating mga guests for next week. At next month po, abangan niyo before the middle of next month, the Season 2 premiere of Pageantry Norms. I will be in a new set, a more stable internet connection, and more exciting, fun, playful time with all our guests. Kaya, maraming salamat. Thank you, Maxine, Micah.
Thank you, Tito.
Ara,
thank you,
Aya,
Tito.
Argel, and Alec. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
No, it's okay. Stay safe and make sure that you spend your relaxing days productively. Goodbye to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Ingat.